Thank you, John and Helen. Entertainment is a big word that represents many diverse activities. But my focus isn't the what, but the future. As our footballers, musicians, TV personalities, fashion designers, social media influencers, entrepreneurs and business owners continue to do bigger things and take over the world. And with me to discuss this is Obi Asika, one of this industry's leaders. Obi is a creative industry entrepreneur who has worn many hats over multiple decades, some of which are founder of music label Stomp 360, founder of Iba Aje, and co-founder of Social Media Week. Welcome, Obi.
Thank you very much.
It is a real honor to have you here with me today. It really is. So let's delve right in. What does the future of entertainment look like?
Well, I think in difficult times, I think Nigeria may be going through difficult times right now, but the future of entertainment is very, very bright in Nigeria.
Yes,
and
it is.
you know, it really leads to how you define entertainment.
Yes.
I think entertainment is possibly the sort of key element that is coming out of the soft power of Nigeria,
Yes.
which is really the cultural and creative industries, the hospitality industry, and the tourism industry. So these industries together cover about 30 sectors, from esports to gaming, from fashion to design, from architecture to software, technology, of course, music, Nollywood, broadcasting, advertising. And when you begin to look at it like that, if you understand that the fashion industry in Nigeria is $8 billion per annum in 2021, then you understand that the future is bright. Because what you're seeing in Nigeria is performance without the supporting infrastructure, okay? That's what we see in Nigeria. Everybody is successful in spite of the environment, not because of the environment. And when you get to a situation where government and other authorities begin to create a better environment, I mean, I lead the technical working group for the sector, for the Nigeria future planning.
Okay.
And we've submitted a recommendation, not even a recommendation, the numbers tell us that by 2030, this sector will be $100 billion to the Nigerian economy, with or without whatever government is doing. So if government steps up and does the right things, it could be double that.
It could be double that.
So the future is bright.
Yeah, and that is wealth creation, job creation, because every day we hear there are no jobs.
Well, this sector can probably give Nigeria 10 million jobs in the next 10 years. Because jobs have changed. We're talking about jobs of the future, the gig economy, about getting people skilled up on digital skills, and actually focusing on the things that are going to unlock the opportunities that are here at the hands of Nigerians.
Yes. That actually, to me, says we need more investment in Nigeria.
Oh, 100%. I mean, let's look at it like this, right? The soft power of Nigeria, you know, our music is the soundtrack of Africa, okay?
Yes.
Our Nollywood has been the 7 p.m. soap of Africa.
Yes.
Our jollof, you know, all respect to my
jollof wars.
my Ghana brothers, I mean, I love them, but the truth of the matter is our cuisine is coming, and I believe our cuisine will be even bigger than our music and our movies as a global touch point, right, for our culture. Yes. So our pop culture is traveling globally. You can't deal with us without dealing with our comedians, our influencers. And I will tell you this, we have many, many, many Nigerians who have become literally digital nations in their own individual right. And they're influencing millions of people, not just in Nigeria or in Africa, but around the world. So that gives us a voice share that is maybe outside of our actual political power in a lot of different spaces and opportunities.
That is so true. And that then takes me to my next question, or my next new question, which is, what can businesses do, not just Nigerian businesses, but international and global businesses do, to be a part of this now, rather than later where they're saying, if only?
Well, the thing is this, is that those who are focused are already here. Many are trying to come. I mean, this month of May, the British have an inward trade mission with the fashion industry, the music industry, and the movie industry. And those are from their purview of brands and companies that want to come into the Nigerian space, that are looking for Nigerian partners. Wow. So the truth of the matter is, no matter which way you look at it, size can be an advantage to you, right? We are definitely one of the biggest markets in the world. the way our population is going, we're going to be one of the biggest countries in the world. And by 2030, we will actually be one of the top 20 economies in the world as well. So the question now becomes, when you say, what is the opportunity? The opportunity is really for people to have a better view and more discovery of what is happening in Nigeria, right? So those companies who are able to showcase and really discover, and Nigeria is a lot bigger than just Lagos, especially the creative economy.
Yes.
The creative economy, I would tell you that this country has hundreds, if not thousands, of heritage locations, incredible tourist locations,
Yes.
film locations. We have music that is indigenous to every single part of Nigeria.
Yes.
We have dance and drama. We have drums, masquerades, traditional and cultural festivals. So even this week, Google Arts and Culture just launched on Wednesday something called Echo for Show, which is an incredible resource. Yeah, you need to check it out. And that is a deep dive into the creative power of Lagos, which of course, Lagos being Lagos is really the driver of the continent. If we had the same structured financial market that they have in South Africa, then we would have been able to build the same size of companies they have built. But I think over the next decade, with the kind of private equity that's looking at Nigeria, with the way the central bank and other institutions, the federal government are looking at the sector, that you'll begin to see major, major corporations being built from here. Because that's what that's really interesting. It's about those who are able to apply technology to the opportunity and build platforms. We need platforms to connect our ecosystems and marketplaces domestically.
This then takes me to government. Because the natural thing is we need a government that actually supports all of this and enables it to happen properly. But then with the amount of corruption, in the system and the rot in the system, do you really, because you said in 2030, Nigeria will be one of the top economies as a result of entertainment.
No, not as a result. As a result of the energy and capacity of Nigerians.
Do you think that would still happen even with
It's going to happen even with all the inefficiencies of our public system.
Wow.
So what you need to understand is, imagine what happens if we resolve the inefficiencies of our public system of governance. That is really the opportunity that stares every Nigerian in the face, is how, if you understand that our country is probably operating at 10-15% of its real capacity, right? Because we haven't been able to unlock our capacity. So what happens when we unlock our capacity? We start fighting over those scrums and cramps, and we actually begin to step into our actual selves. So the thing about it is, our sector has the opportunity to write new narratives for this country.
Yes.
The storytellers lie within this sector.
Yes.
They can imagine a better future.
Yes.
They can also retell our narratives in ways that help us, right? These are all intentional steps, but it's a function of having a strategy.
Yes.
But I do think that it's convenient in Nigeria always to blame government. But for me, the role of government in this sector is to stay out of it as much as possible and just to enable the people to do what they need to do.
What they need to do,
because the biggest talent Nigerians have is their human resource. I think the biggest asset in Nigeria is not the oil, it's not the gas, it's not the telcos, it's the Nigerians. Yes. So if you can input that investment into the Nigerians, if you educate 10 million Nigerians, if you give them the digital skills, if you give them that talent, if you give them that opportunity, Flutterwave and Paystack will sound like memories, distant memories, because we'll have 10,000 companies like that.
Very true.
So,
very true.
Yeah.
Very, very, very true. So I would then like to ask, in this whole us taking over the world, 2030 is in 9 years. Yeah. What lessons would you want the people within the entertainment space not to lose sight of? And when I say the people within the space, I'm not talking about just the ones in the forefront. I'm also talking about the behind-the-scenes people as well.
I think you've got to understand it's a journey, right? So when we started doing what we were doing with Junior and Pretty in 1991, to be standing in the O2 watching Wizkid and Davido in 2018 is not something that we even thought was possible.
True.
You can't actually see that from a bedroom to a stadium. And that is the journey of Nigerian music and pop culture, right? Yes. So we are dominating global stages and festivals. But the most important thing is to understand that we're just starting. So what people think is world domination, you're still not more than 5% of the world business, right? So we're just starting. Then at the same time, I would say the biggest thing not to forget is that the biggest market for everything we do as Nigerians is Nigeria. As much as you see, anybody you see traveling all the time is because they're not able to monetize fully at home. So all the biggest opportunities remain in Nigeria. Our biggest market is in Nigeria. Our biggest fan base is in Nigeria. Everything is here for us. So it's up to us to make it work for us. So the issue for the next generation of Nigerians is to focus on solving problems, not discussing them, you know, which I think is probably what my generation has spent 20 years doing. But if you focus on, you know, the thing about that technology and that IT generation is that they solve problems, you know, so there are loads of interesting platforms. There's a platform called Bedu, which some people I know have started, which is incredible. The things coming from them, these are the sort of things that give me confidence that, yeah, you know, the future is going to be very, very interesting in this place.
Awesome. So if I was going to summarize that, I'd say what you're essentially saying is, one, remember that your core market is Nigeria itself. So as business owners, future entrepreneurs, let's not forget the foundation of our market.
Yeah, you can do it. The thing is, this technology enables you to be global from your village.
Yes,
right?
very true.
Today, right?
But if you have internet in your village, that is.
Yeah, but many people do, even if it's just on their mobile phone, right? So the question is, like, do you leave everybody out in your village when you're doing what you're doing and just focus on New York, or do you take your village with you? That's the question.
Because your village is going to become your ambassador.
The village is already your ambassador.
Yeah.
They're already telling them that he's from our village or she's from our village.
Very true, very true.
So it's like if you were, look, when I grew up, Nigerians were busy living in the West and not claiming they're Nigerians, you know, that they're Nigerian. And I always used to ask myself, why would I abandon 150 million people that are going to love me? It doesn't make any sense. I'm sitting in London and I'm just, what am I? Do you understand? I got 85 million people waiting, hoping that I'm just going to say something in pidgin English or just acknowledge them. Do you understand?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
So that is all part of this whole Afrobeats culture, this whole movement that you're seeing is a sort of realization of self, yeah? That you have value. We have value. Our people are talented and they will prevail.
It is also intricately connected. It really is. We have value.
Well, this is it. If you know, that's the journey of our music and our culture.
Yeah.
You know, when
And
it was all
that.
American music, it was principally because our people didn't feel our stuff was up to scratch.
Yes.
So we had to change that energy.
Yes.
Now nobody even wants to remember the American music.
Very true. The American musicians want to use beats from, Nigerian music.
Well, the truth is this, is that all music is fusion.
It is true.
So Afrobeats is a progression from hip-hop. That's the journey.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, because it's hip-hop, it's the attitude of hip-hop.
Yes, it is,
It's the energy of hip-hop.
Yes.
It's the you can't tell us no.
Yeah.
Then we now add the swag, the dance, the hip-hop, the hip life, the high life, you know, the juju, the fella.
Yes.
Then you get to Afrobeats. So it's a journey, and this is what black people do. We mix things and we remix them. And whether you're in the Caribbean or you're in Black America or in Latin America or here or anywhere on the continent, typically, black people, you can tell what they
Yes, you can. You can. Anywhere in the world, you can always tell a Nigerian.
Oh,
always.
100%.
Always.
100%.
Okay. So it has been said that the entertainment culture in Nigeria is that of indiscipline, get-rich-quick schemes, indecency, and immorality. Do you agree with the statement?
Totally not. I think that sounds like a very ageist statement, first of all. It sounds like somebody that was never young said that, wrote that statement. I think it's very moralistic, and I think that anybody trying to impose values on the entertainment industry needs to look at wider society first.
Okay.
Because I think the values failure will probably come from the generation of my generation, the parents. Okay.
How so?
Because what are the examples you put forward? Yeah, to these young people that you're saying that they don't have values. We're the ones you gave them. Do you understand?
Yes.
Values are learned from the home. It's not learned anywhere else.
Yes.
So I think it's easy and just a typical Nigerian thing to try to look for ways to put down people who are doing positive things.
Yes.
You know, and I don't think that everything that, of course you can't defend everything any artist does, but anybody who's a true artist, right, has the right to express their pain or their art any which way they want to express it. And if it connects to people and it's real and authentic, you can always tell the difference. You know, that's what the difference is between a wannabe and an artist. So there are artists that are here that are immensely powerful, and they have that authenticity. And they connect with people at a deep, deep level that goes way beyond any get-rich schemes or any... You know, the truth of the matter is there's always people trying to do things. But I think that, you know, we've been able to elevate our culture and elevate our pop culture and our brand as a people through this sector. And I don't like to see people attacking them or attacking them for anything at all. Maybe I'm being too defensive. But
No. I get where you're coming from, but I'm going to ask you this question very quickly. The celebrity lifestyle, the celebrity culture is you have any type of celebrity come to any type of function. The likelihood is they're going to turn up late. When they turn up, they'll turn up with an entourage that's more than the number of people they've told you they'll turn up with. When they do turn up, they'll be badly behaved. They won't listen to the rules and regulations you've set, and they'll just be a nuisance. So how...
Does that sound like the governor or the celebrity?
Celebrity. So that's why I'm saying...
But did you hear what I said?
Yes. Does it sound like the governor or the celebrity?
Yeah, because the
even the governor is a celebrity.
Well, the problem is this, is that public officials come to events and wreck events, doing exactly what you just said, which now shows an example to private citizens that this is acceptable behavior. Sure.
And then it goes back to what you're saying about values from the home.
Well, it's also values from authority.
True.
You can't wake up and be telling somebody that he should be there on time and be respectful, then you come 2 hours late and stop the performance.
Very, very true.
You understand? So I think,
very, very true.
I think it's just about being real and being respectful. And I think everybody can be respectful, even if, you know, you can disagree without being disagreeable. You know, there's a way that can happen as well.
Yes.
So I think that there's a balance.
Yes.
And I also think that, you know, there is a lot of ageism in Nigeria. A lot of people want to talk down to young people, maybe because they didn't have the same opportunities those young people are having today, maybe because they're frustrated, maybe just because they feel...
There's a bit of envy.
Well, of course there's envy, because some young people are making more money in a week than we ever thought was possible in a year.
Very true.
You know, but that is life, it's progress, it's progression.
Yes.
You know, yeah.
Yes, that is very true, and thank you for pointing that out. You know, we all have to do our bit and just be respectful. Okay, so my final question is this. If you were the Minister of Entertainment, what will be your 3-point agenda for the next 5 years? In fact, I'll change that to 9 years because you said 2030.
Man, who knows? I don't think anybody wants to be in a job like that for 9 years. But I think, first of all, the job doesn't exist, but I think it should. Well, it depends how you look at it. I would call it creative economy. Yeah, you know, I think if you look at it in short-term orders, I would look at how to resolve IP as collateral. That'd be my #1 focus. If you can get IP booked as collateral in this country, so
IP being intellectual property.
Yes, so that writers, authors, songwriters, people that have concepts can get loans on the back of the concept. Okay, they can finance IP, which is how London is built. That's how Hollywood is built. That's how everybody's built. And unfortunately, in Nigeria, that is not how we've been built. They typically would ask you to go and bring your dead grandmother or grandfather or somebody like that. So if you can get IP sorted out as proper collateral for the creative sector, that's a critical thing. Second thing is if you can build more facilities in terms of production lots, studios, and enable technology companies. Because in a country like Nigeria, we should be seeing Burna Boy, Davido, Wizkid, Yemi Alade, Tiwa Savage, the A-list artists should all be able to do national tours now, right?
True.
Once we're post-pandemic.
Very true.
If you think about the fact that Wizkid and Davido and maybe 6, 7, 8 years of dominance, right? They've never toured Nigeria, and we have 40 stadiums. Yes, they've done brand shows, brand experience shows.
Yes.
There's been no Wizkid tour.
Yes.
There's been no Davido tour.
Very true.
There's never been a P-Square tour. This is billions and billions of naira, right? So in this country, the other thing with the IP is if we can get Aba Market, Onitsha Market, these markets we have, Computer Village, right, to work with us and protect IP, and then we can create merchandise to support all these superstars and influencers that are being created, so that a Motala or Sharon Oja or somebody can sell product, yeah? So that the musicians can sell product, the Nollywood ladies can sell perfumes and we are missing elements of the ecosystem, and that's because of a breach of, not a breach, but a lack of trust. Yeah. So if we can build trust over the next 3 years, we resolve IP for loans, build trust between distribution and products being the brand, right? And third thing, most importantly, is invest in the future, which is education.
Yes.
So create digital skills and education for the young people in this country and bring them, because we can't put everybody in school. Everybody can't go to university.
Yes.
We're missing maybe 2 million a year don't go to university already.
But then you can still educate.
You could give them functional skills.
Yeah. Yeah.
They could be an editor, they could be a graphic designer, they could be a producer, they could be an event manager, a photographer. There's a lot of things they can do without being a 9-to-5 job.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for that. In the time we've had, I think you've said some really, really, really useful, very succinct things. And one of the things I've taken away from your last statement just now is job creation. Job creation. This industry can create jobs for almost every single Nigerian.
No, definitely, because think about it, behind the camera.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
From the fixers to the cameraman, to the makeup artist, to the choreographers.
Exactly. To the guys telling me to round up right now. Everybody. You know, it's been awesome. It really has. And once again, I am so, so, so thankful. You saw my happy dance when you came in. I'm so thankful that you were able to make it.
It's great to have a chat with you this morning.
Honestly, I know how busy your schedule is, and I know how this was a bit of touch and go, and I'm also
I got to thank Akins live on air.
Yep, Akins, my man. Thank you so much, Akins, for making this happen. Thank you so much, Obi, for being here.
It's a pleasure.
You know, with people like you giving up all of your time and just not compromising and all of that, I really do believe that the sky's the limit. So
yeah, I mean, all I want to say to people is just like believe in the ability of Nigerians. That's really the thing that drives. Yeah, because
believe in the ability of Nigerians.
Every day they continue to amaze me.
Yeah.
You know, you just see it every day, and it's amazing to watch. And I just think that there's still some incredible things to come ahead.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for that. It's been lovely having you this morning.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Right. So that's it for me this morning. I'll be back in a few minutes with John and Helen to wrap up the show. Thank you so much.